Hey everybody, how are you doing today? I hope your week and your Monday has started out fabulously. Mine has started out uncomfortably because I'm doing this here live video. I am not yet at a place of in conscious competence with live videos. My comfort zone I have identified when it comes to recording videos is still very much in the pre-recorded phase of video making as opposed to these live videos. So this is me. You are witnessing me stretching myself far out of my comfort zone where I am feeling less than confident than I usually am. And yeah, aren't you lucky to see this unveiling itself? So today I wanted to share 5 myths about confidence that we all just assume. We have all these ideas about what confidence is. And I want to talk a little bit about these 5 myths as a way to empower ourselves and to recognize when we are in a place of, falling under the spell of these myths and not really recognizing how they are impacting us and how we're showing up in the world. Hello, Natalie. Yay, live. This is me doing live video as opposed to pre-recorded for once. Thanks for joining me. What time is it there in Australia? Oh, New Zealand. Sorry, New Zealand. So I'm not going to wait for people to join because I'd rather then it just be me and you, Natalie. I'm quite happy having that conversation. So the 5 myths of confidence. The first one being that, oh, it's 10 p.m. there. Okay, awesome. So almost bedtime for you, Natalie. So maybe what you can write there, Natalie, is what myths or what misconceptions you have about confidence and how it impacts your experience of being a confident woman. Because I think that might be an interesting thing to discuss. But in the meantime, 5 myths about confidence. The first one being that I'm born, or confidence, the confidence that you are born with is the confidence that you are stuck with. And that is just not the truth. If you think that confident people, if you look at somebody who is a confident person, you think that they've always been that way, I'm here to tell you today that that is not the case. They have not always been confident. So there has been research done by very academic and sciencey type people into the topic of confidence and whether we are born with it or whether we are not. And while there is some truth in the in this myth of being born with confidence, there are some genetic tendencies that will determine whether somebody is confident overall or not. And what it comes down to essentially, and I don't know the technical jargon because I'm not a scientist, but it's something to do with receptors in your brain. And there are 3 kinds, and I will get the names of these things and I will write these down in a blog post in the future. But there's 3 kinds of these receptors in your brain. And depending on the size of these receptors will determine how much of an outgoing and gregarious and leader type personality you tend to have versus how much of a person with anxiety or insecure or somebody who looks to other people for leadership. And this study was done in a lab with monkeys. And I forget the name of the monkeys. I really need to remember these things. Where they could identify that, yes, the monkey who had this type of receptor in their brain tended to become that, a leader in the troop. Whereas the monkey with the smaller or the shorter receptor in the brain was one of those monkeys who stuck with its mother and was shy and timid when it came to interacting with the rest of the troop. So yes, we do have that as far as being born with our confidence. But then through our upbringing, through our experiences in life as a child, we learn certain things and we are actually able to mold our confidence. But it does take, especially when we get to adult age, it does take effort and intention on our part. So certain events in our childhood are going to impact our confidence for sure, because we're going to make those events and experiences mean something. But then as we get into, you know, an independent and self-aware adult, we can go back and we can look at those events and reframe them and redefine them and make them mean something else that is more serving. And we are also able to instill practices that help us rewire our brains, the neural pathways in our brains. So the confidence, and I mean, that's so exciting, because it means that the confidence that you're born with is not the confidence you have to stick with for the rest of your life. You are able to change it. And that is so empowering, don't you think? Just looking at Natalie. Yes, confidence can be learned. Hello, Caroline. So let me know in the comments, Natalie and Caroline, what your take on that is. Was that a myth that you had bought into, that you believed that the confidence you were born with is the confidence you're stuck with? And then let's look at myth number two, confidence myth number two. You either are confident or you're not. It's a black and white thing. Total myth. That is not true in any way. You are not, you are not specifically a confident person and a not confident person. You can't look at two people and decide that this person is confident and that person is not confident. There is a lot of gray area that comes with confidence. And the reason is that confidence spans so many parts of our experience of life, our experience of reality. And it's not a one size fits all, and it's not, equal across all those areas of our life and our experience of life. I might be confident in taking people's photos, naturally, because I am a photographer and I have a lot of experience in that realm. And yet I might completely feel complete lack of confidence in the kitchen when I'm cooking, because I don't have much talent in that regard. And I don't put a lot of effort into that. So my confidence levels when it comes to cooking, like gourmet meals, is nowhere near as high as my confidence when it comes to taking photographs of people. So confidence is contextual. It depends on the context. And also, in my mind, confidence has different, there are different sides to confidence. There's body confidence, your physical appearance, and the shell that we are presenting to the world and that which we are being judged by others on. Whole can of worms of confidence that comes up there. Then there's mind confidence. It's that talk that goes on between our ears that is either helping us or hindering us. And depending on the quality of that voice in our head and the thoughts that we encourage, or the thoughts that we entertain, will determine whether our thinking is that of a confident person or not. And then there's also what I call soul confidence, which is kind of the more woo-woo stuff, which really relates to like the bigger meaning of life stuff. It's the higher self stuff that really speaks to our, why are we here? What is my purpose? What is my gift to the world? And how aligned we are to that. So for me, there's those three aspects of confidence. And you might be confident when it comes to your soul confidence, like you know exactly what your purpose on this planet is. And yet you might have very low body confidence because you are basing too much extrinsic value on other people's opinion of your appearance. So there might be a mismatch there. So confidence is not a across the board thing. You might be confident in one area and not confident in another. And so anybody that you look at, you label as a confident person, yeah, in this particular instance, they might be confident, but put them in an unknown environment with people they don't know, or, you know, ask them a question that they haven't considered before, they probably aren't going to be as confident as you first thought. Hey, Candice. Hey, Bryony, look at us talking again for the second time today. I just interviewed Bryony to find out what confidence means to her, and what a phenomenal conversation. That recording will be going out in June, so I'm so excited to share that. That's going to be awesome. So confidence myth number 3. Extroverts are confident, introverts are not. Total crap. Not true at all. Just because people who we perceive to be extrovert are loud and they like to be the center of attention, and they are the person at the party that enjoys being seen. They enjoy having other people paying attention to them for the duration of the party. That is not a guarantee of their level of confidence. In fact, sometimes their extroversion might be a mask that they put on to hide their lack of confidence. So something that you see, in somebody at face value may not be the authentic truth of who they are. And then vice versa, an introverted person, just because they are the person sat back in the corner of the room observing all of the other people mingling and socializing and being loud and laughing and all of that kind of thing, just because they are quietly standing in the corner observing doesn't mean that they're not confident. Essentially, when it comes down to introvert and extrovert, it's where the person gets their energy from. Like, an extrovert tends to thrive on the energy of being the center of attention, and an introvert tends to get their energy from being on their own and being introspective and reading a book or whatever the case is. That's how they feel centered. That's how they feel grounded to who they are. And just because we might read an introverted person as quiet and insecure and lacking confidence, they might just be quietly observing, watching everybody, and they are seriously in no way lacking confidence. So if you're a quiet person doesn't mean you're lacking confidence. You are secure in who you are. You accept that you're an introvert. You acknowledge it. You understand where you get your energy from. And in that acceptance, there lies your confidence. So don't judge somebody on their extroversion or their introversion as to their correlation to confidence, because you never really know what is going on behind what we can see on face value. Does anybody relate to that? Maybe comment in the comments. See, I'm trying out all of these Facebook Live things that I see other people do. So let me know in the comments whether you're an extrovert or an introvert, and whether you've ever related that to your confidence levels. Then, confidence myth number 4. Confidence is all about how you look. Yay, Bryony says she completely relates. Thank you. So when I started out on this confidence crusade of mine, the instigator, the catalyst for this journey was my portrait photography. And so naturally, when I'm photographing somebody, I'm photographing their outer form, their extrinsic layer, what they look like. That is what I am capturing for them. And it was an interesting process for me, and that catalyst that got me onto this journey was seeing that the work that I was doing was allowing these women to see themselves differently, because they had an image in their mind of what they looked like. They were judging their physical appearance very harshly, I might say. And they were judging their physical appearance based on what they thought other people were thinking about them. So their locus of validation was all external to them, other people's opinions. They based so much emphasis on what people thought of them and their physical appearance. And like, as women, it's obvious that we would do that because we are being bombarded with magazine covers, with advertisements, with Instagram feeds of a certain type, like a certain body shape and a certain definition of beauty. And we are consciously or subconsciously taking on board that that's what beauty looks like. And we've been fed this ever since we were able to identify that that is a woman versus that is a man. And because we were being fed very intentionally a certain image of a woman, we started to internalize that that's what beauty looks like. That is what I should be aiming for. So it's no wonder that 9 times out of 10 clients that come to me for portraits are already apologizing that they aren't photogenic before the cameras even come out. They're apologizing that they're not photogenic. They explain that they hate having their photos taken and they shy away. They like to be on the other side of the camera photographing their families, and they'd rather be this side of the camera. And that for me was so sad. That for me was really, really sad. And while we place a lot of emphasis, because it is the most obvious area of confidence is our physical appearance, confidence is not only about our appearance. That's probably the starting point, like where it's most obvious, because we can visually see it. We can, compare how we look to somebody else and make a judgment based on that. And invariably, the pattern is that we find ourselves lacking. But confidence is deeper than just our appearance. That's just a surface level. Our appearance is just a surface level. Before I started this work, I thought that confidence was being able to wear a dress that I like and walk into a room and not care what other people thought about me. Like, that was as deep as my definition of confidence went. Now that I'm doing, now that I do a bunch of research and I read constantly, I'm understanding that confidence is so much deeper than just that. It is about recognizing your abilities, your talents. It's about understanding your holistic self, all your weaknesses, all your strengths. It's about loving each one of those. It's about accepting them. It's about celebrating all parts of you outside of any other people's expectations or definitions. It's about just getting to that place of authentic truth in yourself. It is about taking action in spite of fear. It's about doing Facebook Lives when you'd really rather there was nobody watching, and you could record it and you can edit and you can cut out all the ums and ahs and the It is about believing that you can go out and become anything your imagination can fathom. Anything, if you want to change yourself for the better, for the positive, confidence is believing that you can do that you will find a way. So it's more than just your physical appearance. That's one aspect of it. It is not the whole deal. Are you feeling me? Are you resonating here? Oh, hello, Helga. How are you? Helga says, relate, definitely energized by being alone. All right, so we're talking about the introversion. But you're a dichotomy. An extroverted introvert can be when need to be, enjoyed listening. Oh, thanks, Helga. Going back to that point, I totally relate to that, Helga. I define myself as an ambivert. So some days I'm an extrovert, other days I'm a complete introvert. And I celebrate both of those. I acknowledge both of those. I recognize when I need to go into each of those. Sometimes I love getting energy from other people and being as loud, and look at hands, like the bigger my hands get, the more extroverted I am feeling in that moment. But then other times, like, put me in front of my computer and I'm happy just to nerd out and do some coding and all kinds of crap. Candace says, I would love pro photos taken of me, but beyond petrified. Never mind the physical image, but the inner confidence shows on the outside. Totally. The feedback I most often get when I take portraits is that somehow I managed to capture the essence of the women that I photograph. And I fully believe, and I will say this forever, I've said it ever since I started photography, is that when it comes to portrait photography, it is 80% technical skills. No, sorry. See, I would have edited that out if this was a pre-recorded video. It is 20% technical skills and 80% people skills. So when it comes to a client coming into my studio, I put so much energy and love into making them feel as comfortable as possible. Leave the camera, like don't even get the camera out for at least an hour before the shoot, and just focus all energy on creating that safe space, holding the space for this woman who is coming and feeling very vulnerable. And I truly believe that that is how I'm able to capture the essence that I'm told I capture. So yeah, confidence is on the inside and it reflects on our outside. And thank you, Bryony. I appreciate the support and encouragement. And then myth number 5, you have to be successful to be confident. Whew, this is a heavy one for me. This comes up a lot. And because the irony of putting all of my effort and energy into being a confidence crusader is that so many times I don't feel confident. And I've had to battle many, many gremlins in my mind in this journey that come up and say, who the hell do you think you are that you can talk about and you can teach and you can encourage other women to be confident when today you're not feeling confident? Like that is such a reality for me that comes up regularly. And my ego was like, no, we have to get to that point of 100% confident before we can ever try and encourage other women to be confident. And I've realized that that's complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. There is this like expectation that has been created through social media that life and business and everything is glorious and gleaming and glamorous and everybody has all their shit together, and that's what we need to aspire to. While that has a place, I think, in motivation and inspiration, it is minuscule. Like it's a drop in the ocean. The reality is that when it comes to confidence, the day that you stop learning how to become a confident person is the day you take your last breath, because it is a daily ongoing journey, and some days are going to be better than others. Like some days you feel like you can take on the world, and other days you don't even want to like get your head out from underneath the duvet. And the irony in this journey is that this has been the most expansive experience for me, the most vulnerable experience I've ever had, because I've had to not only face my own confidence issues very privately, but I've had to step it up a bit and begin to face those like with others, like share the vulnerability and my commitment to myself was to never put it out there that I've got all my shit together, and to put it out there that I've sorted out my confidence issues. My commitment has always been to share very authentically that, yep, some days are good, some days are bad. I'm here as a co-pilot with you to help you create more confident days than not, because that's the reality of the situation. And I have found in my practices, my learnings, that there is a toolbox of techniques and practices that you can use to ensure that you've got more good confident days than bad confident days. And as with anything in life, what you put in is what you get out. You can never do a technique once or, have one aha moment and think, that's it, I'm set for life, I'm now confident. It doesn't work like that. It is, what are you going to do today? Then what are you going to do tomorrow? What are you going to do on Wednesday? What are you going to do on Thursday? You basically make it a confidence. It's a pro-confidence lifestyle that you get into. And just like some days going to gym is easy, other days not so much. Same thing with your confidence. And so my commitment with this has always been that confidence, you don't have to be the guru. You don't have to be the expert to be able to be confident and to be teaching confidence, or whatever the field is that you're in. And you don't have to have made it yet before you can start helping other people on your journey. The biggest aha moment I had in this journey was realizing that all I need to do is to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of somebody on a parallel journey, because then I can turn back to them and stretch out my hand and help them to get to where I am, and then together we can go forward. So you don't have to be the expert in your field in the world before you start helping people, before you can show up as your most confident self. No, you work on your confidence daily, and you look around you and you see, who can I help? Who can I stretch out my hand for? Who can I give a stepping stone to? So, and in fact, the more you work on your confidence, the more successful you will get. So you don't wait for success before you work on your confidence. You work on your confidence in order to get successful. So that's my thought about myth number 5. What do you think? Hey, Megan. Brian, he says, we are all a work in progress. If any of us waited for perfection, we would never do anything totally perfection. Perfection, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a dirty 10-letter word. Like, we should ixnay that out of our vocabulary now. It's a disgusting word. Disgusting. The P word. Let's not use it anymore. Megan says, totes needed this reminder this morning. Glad to be reminding you of this. And Candace says, struggling with success, feeling below the average regarding my skills or personality. Yeah, that's an uncomfortable place to be in, and it's a self-judgment. You are deciding, you are making that judgment, Candace, that you are below par. Hey, Simon. Well, we've got a boy in the group. Wow, that's interesting. How you do it? And Helga says, sometimes success can be driveness to be accepted. I find it doesn't necessarily mean someone is confident because they are successful. Absolutely, absolutely. Just like what we said with the extroversion, that might be a front that they put on, and then like they seem on the outside to be very successful, and then they go home and they cry because they've been misaligned. Like, they haven't been true to themselves all day because they've been putting on this act, they've been putting on this show. It's all fake. So yeah, success doesn't necessarily mean they are confident. Yes, P word. Candace says, myth number 5 is key number 1, need confidence to be successful. Yes, absolutely. Work on your confidence. For me, confidence is like the foundation. You have to build that solid foundation from the ground up for anything else to have any chance of flourishing, of growing. Because if you keep your eye there and you're aiming for that success, or, you know, that ideal life, but you're doing nothing in terms of developing your confidence or developing your personal resilience or your resourcefulness or anything like doing the personal work, the personal development work, that is going to be very fickle, and you're going to define yourself by your degree of success or lack of success, because you haven't really identified who you are. Because through this personal development journey, that's where you really connect with your authenticity. And when you are fully grounded in your true authenticity, all of this other stuff actually loses power over you. You no longer define yourself by your success or your lack of success, or, you know, in whatever area of life. Because then it becomes just about you, yourself, your higher self, your meaning, that soul confidence that I was talking about. That's ultimately where we want to get to that place of complete and utter intrinsic soul confidence, that we know in our heart of hearts that we are worthy, regardless of what is happening outside of us, regardless of what, you know, all these other societal definitions of success are. So that is my 5 myths on confidence. To recap, number 1, the confidence I'm born with is the confidence I'm stuck with. Number 2, you either are confident or you're not. It's a very black and white. Number 3, extroverts are confident and introverts are not. Number 4, confidence is all about how you look. And number 5, you have to be successful to be confident. So I hope you enjoyed busting these myths of confidence. Let me know which one resonated with you the most, because if it kind of panged, if you felt like, oh yeah, that one got me here, then that's probably the one that you need to do the most work with. Maybe you need to journal about it and see why did that one hit you the most. And then, yeah, let me know in the comments how you see that impacting your confidence and how you're showing up in the world. Maybe you can see how it's holding you back from really showing up and really making the impact that you were destined to be. So let me know. So now that I've done my first official Facebook Live, it's not as bad as what I thought. And so I will be doing more. And in fact, I plan to do one on Wednesday afternoon. And I'd like to do a Q&A call. So if you've got any questions about confidence, anything that comes up after today's call, let me know. Send me comments, like post your questions underneath this video, or send me a DM, and I will look to answer those questions that come up for you. If you've got any questions now, pop them in the comments and I'll gladly see if I can answer them for you. Elmarie says, thanks for this video. The 5th one resonated the most. Okay, so you have to be successful to be confident. Let's work on that, Elmarie. Let's change that. Be confident and then you will be successful. Bryony says the one that resonates the most is that you either have confidence or you don't. But more than that, it's the 3 types of confidence that you defined that really resonated with me. Yeah, body confidence, mind confidence, and soul confidence. Candace says all of the above resonated with her. Yay. And you're so welcome. Thank you for letting me be live. And I like this. This is like, we're chatting over coffee. And in fact, I've got my coffee mug here and like, yeah, this is what we do. In fact, talking of coffee, if you're in the Cape Town area, I have a over coffee confidence conversation happening next week, Tuesday, at the Slug and Lettuce here in Observatory. So if you want to come and chat, we're going to be talking about resistance and how resistance is stopping you from taking action that builds your confidence. So it's a free event. Come along. Let's do this in person. Much more connecting that way. And yeah, the other thing I wanted to tell you about, exciting, is that I have a competition. I'm running a competition this week. Okay, so the competition is for you and a friend, 2 of you together, because I know us girls, we like to go to the bathroom together. We pretty much do everything together. You and your BFF can win a spot on my confidence workshop for women, which is happening on the 26th of May. That is next week, Saturday. It's going to be held at the Yoga Sanctuary in Constantia. It's going to be a whole day of working through all the tools, the techniques. We're going to be looking at the change process. If you want to change something about yourself, what does that look like? Giving you a framework. We're going to look at your body confidence. How can you start to change the way you see yourself, your physical appearance? We're going to look at mind confidence. How can you start to rewire your brain? Neuroplasticity. We're going to give you tools and techniques for starting to change the way that your brain talks to itself, so that you can think more confident thoughts. And then ultimately soul confidence, connecting you to the deeper essence of you, like your higher self. You already have all of the answers. You just need to peel away all of these layers so that you can see them. And so we're going to be doing tools and techniques for helping you reconnect to your soul confidence. It's going to be an amazing day. I'm so excited because the aha moments for me, like goosebumps. There's going to be goosebumps all day. So don't shave, because we know what happens when we get goosebumps. Just leave your legs hairy. It's going to be awesome. We're going to connect with each other. We're going to have fabulous, healthy treats. And you're going to get a photo, new profile picture, courtesy of Ma. So the competition this week, you and a buddy can win that. So all you need to do is comment on this video, tag the friend that you want to take to the workshop with you, and let me know why you want to work on your confidence. How will your confidence, if you were to elevate it, how would that make your life or your business different and better? How would your reality change if you were to be able to notch up your confidence 1 or 2 notches? Let me know why you want to work on your confidence. You can enter as many times as you want. So you can tag, if you've got 16 BFFs, tag each one of them and leave me 16 reasons why you want to work on your confidence. T's and C's applies. The competition is in no way affiliated with or endorsed by Facebook, just saying. And then, yeah, that's it. Oh, and then I should tell you, so there's going to be some goodie bags as well. We've got some vouchers. You're going to get a voucher from Sublime Skin and Body so that you can go and pamper yourself, because that is something you should be doing on a regular basis. You're going to get free access to my online Conscious Confidence course, which you will have lifetime access to. You're going to get 15% off any photo shoot that you book with me. You're going to get 200 Rand off of a consultation with the image consultant who is going to help you dress in a way that reflects your personality authentically and with confidence. And a whole bunch of other goodies that are going to make you look and feel fabulous. I will be sharing those. So do come and join me. I will put a link to the registration page for the workshop as well. So if you just want to secure your spot, I'm going to cap the number of attendees at 10 women so that it is intimate and awesome. I'm going to have a makeup artist there as well who's going to make you feel fabulous for your new portrait photo. And it's just going to be a wonderful day of connecting with your true, authentic, confident self. So I'm so excited already for your future version of you. And I would love to have you there. So get tagging, get commenting down below. And if you just want to secure your spot ahead of everybody else, then just go ahead and register right now. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. Are there any questions? Candace says going to the bathroom together. Yes, us girls, we do that. Helga, thank you. You're a natural teacher. Thank you, Helga. That's so kind. Yes, Bryony, don't shave your legs. Oh, well, you're in Joburg. You can't attend the workshop. But because there's going to be so many goosebumps, you know, and if you shave your legs, then you have the goosebumps, then the hair sprouts and all that shaving for nothing. And in Cape Town, we have to conserve water. So we can't be shaving our legs every day. Yes, Candace, you can tag yourself twice. Let me know. So that's it for today. I can't. 37 minutes. Look at that. Selfie high five right there. I did not see that happening. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know if you've got any questions for Wednesday's Facebook Live. Janine Flint says, I would like to join with Angie. Yay! That would be awesome to have the two of you there. So awesome. Yeah, I better cut this now because you got to get your work done. Go get your work done. I got to go get my work done. Okay, I will see you again on Wednesday. Have an awesome day. Work on those 5 myths. I'll post them because my handwriting isn't very neat, so I'll post them there. Have yourself a fantastic day. Tap into your confidence. Show up as your most confident self. Go out there. Be significant. Make an impact. Yeah, just generally be awesome. See you again soon. Bye.